to the home of fear.
Okay, this is going way too far.
Lights on, no toying around. And let the fun begin.
Hello and welcome to another vlog on the channel, and today we are back at Chessington World of Adventures near London in the UK, and I'm so glad to finally be back here because we're here for their Howl'o'ween event, their annual Halloween event with all the different scare attractions, including Vile Villagers of Wildwood, which is an excellent scare zone. And also, since last time I was here, they've officially opened the brand new World of Jumanji themed land. We can just see their signature attraction just through the trees. So we're going to, obviously, we'll actually be heading straight to World Jumanji first to experience their free attractions, Mamba Strike, Ostrich Stampede, and the headline attraction of that land, Mandrill Mayhem, which is this bright green B&M roller coaster, which you can just see from the trees. Yeah, we're going to be heading right there straight away. Hopefully it's open, and yeah, I cannot wait to get on it. I've heard really good things about this ride, like how the experience varies depending on where you sit on the attraction. It's got literally, because it's a wing coaster, it's got seats on left and right hand side which have different forces, but it's also got rear facing seats as well, so that adds a whole other dimension to the experience. Yeah, first ride we're going towards is Mandrill Mayhem, and I'll see you when we walk into World Jumanji for the first time. So look at that, that Zero G roll is actually a lot bigger in comparison than you see in like the videos and whatnot. Wow. Yep, that is the weirdest B&M roller coaster I have ever seen. It is a launched shuttle wing coaster, which is a combination you didn't think you'd see, especially in the UK. Like, look at that. That is cool. And this entrance looks absolutely mental. Like, look at this. This is amazing. Like, last time we were here, the only part of this that was actually built was that Jaguar statue, and it wasn't even fully built. It was all just like metal and concrete. And now look at it. It's a full-on experience. Whoa. This actually looks awesome. Got all the amazing theming. And notice how this centre path is actually based on the layout for the original Jumanji board game, which is a cool detail. Yeah, this looks awesome. Mandrill Mayhem looks so striking with that helix around the Jaguar statue. And yeah, the entrance for the ride is just here, and it's a 45-minute wait currently, and I'll tell you all about the ride experience once we've got off Mandrill Mayhem. So I just rode Mandrill Mayhem just up there, and that was a really good ride. It was actually surprisingly forceful in some parts, like the launches especially were quite faster than I thought they were going to be. Yeah, it was a great ride. Only thing being, the part where it goes up to the top of the spike, I wish the train actually went a bit further up, so that, you know, if you were sat in like a back row, you only got maybe halfway up the helix, and the layout could have been a slightly bit longer, maybe like 1 or 2 more elements, like maybe like an airtime hill or something. But other than that, good ride, really well themed. It's also a nice little addition for Chessington as well, because it's also a good ride for, like, if you're a young child and you're wanting to do like sort of your first thrill coaster with an inversion. Because if you've, like, I don't know, if you've got kids that want to do like those sort of bigger roller coasters, this is a good first like thrill coaster. I'd highly recommend it. But yeah, that was a great ride. And now we're going to go and ride Dragon's Fury, which is just adjacent to Mandrill Mayhem, so I'll see when we come off of it. So we just rode Dragon's Fury just back there. I'm actually so glad to finally get back on this amazing Mara spinning coaster. Because, you know, obviously this season I've ridden both this and Spinball with Rotterdam Towers. I can still confidently say Dragon's Fury is the better out of the 2 Mara spinning coasters in this country. Because the layout is just so, it's very like a very bonkers layout. That's the word for it on Dragon's Fury. There's so many like literally high G-force elements on this ride. It's actually mad. So yeah, now we're approaching Land of the Tiger. I think we may go on Tiger Rock, and if we do, I'll see you when we've come off of it. So we just rode Tiger Rock here at Chessington World of Adventures, and it is a Mack Rides log flume, and it was a good ride. You actually get surprisingly soaked on that, especially on the second and biggest drop into that massive like tiger structure. Really good ride. Yeah, and it was a really good attraction. I loved it. It's most of it's like a sort of like a nice like serene journey through the forest, apart from these 2 drops. Which are really good parts of it, add the thrill level to it. And one thing I've noticed as well, it was actually surprisingly quick getting onto the ride through the queue. Normally the queue for Tiger Rock is really busy. Like, you spend ages waiting outside of the station to be actually sent in. No, today it was pretty much walk on, which is unusual for this ride because usually the queue line's packed. No, today it only had a 10-minute wait, and we didn't even wait that long. But yeah, it was a really good ride. And now we're heading over towards Forbidden Kingdom to ride Tomb Blaster. And thankfully, on-ride filming is actually allowed on Tomb Blaster, so hopefully I'll get an on-ride POV of Tomb Blaster for you.
We will build a track road. You need supporting into it. Look out for the glowing specks and use your spectral blasters to shoot them to waterproof into our track. Motivated to catch up the good. It's now safe to remove your spectral blasters. You're already home.
Scout mission leader in. Great work, continue there. It's a bit dark in section 2. I've activated your vehicle searchlights. We just have to be really careful not to disturb anything. I see you have managed to survive my army so far. Where nothing compares to what I have learned. Now rise my wrists, feast on their souls.
So we just experienced Tomb Blaster here at Chessington, and it's a decent little ride. Now there are some impressive like set pieces of theming in there, but I really do think that Tomb Blaster could benefit from like a Curse Alt Mana style treatment where they basically do up the rides, fix all the theming, in fact completely change all the theming, get rid of those silly laser guns, make it more immersive with more advanced technology, you know, and make the whole pacing of the ride better, because the pacing on Tomb Blaster isn't great. But yeah, I do think it could benefit greatly from like a Curse Alt Mana style treatment. I know it only had a refurbishment like a few years ago, but if they properly invested into it and made it like a really great dark ride, then the ride would be so much better than it currently is. But other than that, it was decent, and it was a decent ride. So part of this year's Howl'o'ween event is a pumpkin patch experience. Now this is a completely free walkthrough attraction. It's not meant to be like heavily scary, it's meant to be mainly just focused on like the decent theming. I think this may be the reason why Zufari is closed, because Zufari is currently closed at the moment, and this is where the entrance for that attraction would normally be. Well, this is near enough anyway. It's actually where the seating area behind Croc Drop normally is, just here, which we have actually reserved. I don't know if I should get in after this. Visit the world's biggest pumpkin.
Get in here now.
So yeah, here we go. We have the world's largest pumpkin. Wow, that is huge. Best in show. And there we go, that's this pumpkin patch attraction at Chessington Howl'o'ween. So as you've just seen, we've just went through that little pumpkin patch walkthrough, and that was a decent little Halloween walkthrough. It's not like a really scary attraction, it's mainly for little kids. It's pretty decent. There's some really nice theming in there. It's quite short, but overall I think it was really decently themed, and it's something else other than just like a really like scary attraction, which I think is nice. And it was something to do for a couple of minutes. So now we are going to experience Croc Drop, which is the SBF Visa Drop Tower, which opened back in 2021. And I'll see you when we get off the ride. So just experienced Croc Drop here, which is the park's drop tower, and it was a good little ride. But what I'm really annoyed about is the fact that they still haven't fixed the spinning mechanism on the actual gondola of the ride. Because if you know, when it first opened, as well as ascending up and down, the actual gondola usually spin 360 degrees. So that added a whole other dimension to the attraction. But as far as I'm aware, the actual spinning mechanism has been sort of off and on throughout the whole ride's service life. And it wasn't on today, which I'm really annoyed about, because the spinning part of it adds to the experience. So it's a shame that the spinning feature wasn't actually available, but overall it was pretty decent. So yeah, we're going to head towards Vampire now, and then after that we'll be doing Vile Villages of Wild Woods, so I'll see you when we do that.
So where does this start? That's where you go in. Where do you go out?
Let's stay now.
So I just rode Vampire here at Chessington World of Adventures, and it's such a good ride. It's an aerodynamic suspended coaster. It's the last one in Europe, I believe. The last one outside of North America, I think. And it's such a great ride. It actually really rides surprisingly good, even after all these years of operation. Such a classic attraction. And look, what I don't get is, right, how can Chessington have Blood Red River but Alton Towers can't for Nemesis? That's what I don't get. Come on, where's the Blood Red River on Nemesis? Chessington have it here for Vampire. I don't know, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're going now to experience Vile Villages of Wild Woods, which is the scare zone here at Chessington Howl'o'ween. And this was such a good scare zone last time I went in all those years ago, and from what I've heard, it's still just as amazing. So I'm gonna, because it's a free scare zone, means I can film inside the actual scare zone itself, so I'll take you through this brilliant scare zone. So here we go in Vile Villages of Wild Woods. There's no chainsaws in this scare zone.
Quick! I can't see you. And you? Have any of you been here before?
Yes?
You've been in the village before?
Yes, I have.
And you got out okay?
Yes, I got out fine.
Wow. Impressive.
I know, right?
Welcome to the village for the rest of you. It's safer this side of the village, in the graveyard where I belong. The closer you get in there, towards the house, good luck. Have any of you had garlic this morning?
Nope.
You haven't? Oh no. You're doomed. This is dinner time. So good luck. Off you go now. Quickly. I said quickly. I said quickly! Oh, please.
Do you like to try one of my bits? They're so tasty.
Yeah, could you? Oh.
Oh, there you go, have some bits. Oh, I'm going to give you bits.
It's got nits anyway.
What exactly?
I'm sorry. My bad.
Delicious.
Stay.
The village welcomes fresh meat.
Both fresh meat. Yeah, take that. Come here. So you go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Come on, you say why you
No, they're picking on me because they're the ones scared.
That's funny.
I knew you were there, you're not even...
Oh man.
This is horrible.
I don't like
I don't. This is horrible.
Oh, it's...
Oh, did I get... like to buy some of my lovely Christmas.
Worms.
Would you like to buy our worms?
Yes, worms.
Or do you want to try for the worms?
You can have her for the worms. No.
No.
Trade her for the
Not
worms.
interested.
I can see a woman. Actually, I can't see first.
Ah! Eyes!
Yeah.
What eyes? Why?
You'd like a little worm, yes? Take it with you on holiday, never be alone. Perhaps you, sir. This is a friend. You'll never be alone with this.
I'll never be
This
alone.
little girl with you. You'd like her?
Yes.
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 Adoption papers are in here. Sign up.
Okay. Literally cannot see anything. And there we go, that was Vile Villagers of Wild Woods. So we just experienced Vile Villagers of Wild Woods. Now there are actually two sort of levels to this attraction. There's the tame version, which runs from 12 until 3 o'clock, which we just did. And then there's a more intense version, which runs from 3 o'clock until the park shuts. That tame version, that was actually really good. I loved every minute of that. Like, honestly, the interaction with all the actors and with the guests, it was just so cool. Like, the actors like give their all with trying to create the most amazing and also terrifying experience for visitors. But yeah, that was literally just the tame version that you just saw. Hopefully later could try and get in the more intense version of Wild Woods towards 3 o'clock. Yeah, that was really good. So now we're heading towards Wild Asia to go and experience Cobra, and I will see you when we have experienced Cobra. So we are now walking into the Wild Asia area of the park. Now this whole land of the park is going to transform completely within the next couple of years, subject to whether planning applications are approved. That means that this whole land is going to be re-themed. Some of these buildings here are going to be completely flattened, and I think monkey slingers might be removed. Cobra is staying, thankfully, but it's just being moved slightly that way to make room for a brand new indoor roller coaster that we don't know anything about yet. Other than it's going to be located right here. It's going to be in a large indoor building, apart from one section of the rides that comes outwards into the world and back in the building. Now we don't know anything about this whole re-theme or the new ride that's going in or anything other than this whole space will be completely demolished and replaced by a brand new building. Thankfully Cobra is staying though, because this is such a great ride. Obviously it's going to be re-themed with the rest of the land, but thankfully it will still be operating for years to come. And so now we're actually going to go on ride Cobra right now, and so I'll see you when I've come off the ride. So we just rode Cobra over here. That was a brilliant ride, as per usual. It's always such good fun. You actually get some really good, decent airtime over that little hill just there in the middle of the ride. So that was pretty good. And now this is probably the last time I actually experienced Cobra in its current form, as well as the rest of Wild Asia, because like I mentioned earlier, if plans go ahead, this whole area will be completely transformed pretty much by the time the next time we come here. And I don't know when that could be, but if plans get approved, this will look totally different in a couple of years time. So yeah, I'm glad I got one last ride on Cobra as it currently is. But yeah, now we're heading back over to World of Jumanji to experience Ostrich Stampede, because earlier we experienced Mandrill Mayhem and Mamba Strike, now we are going to experience the third attraction in World of Jumanji, Ostrich Stampede. So I will see you when we have come off of that.
Somebody in some of them. Yeah, people are actually filming on it. Is that all it does, Thomas?
Yep. So we just experienced Ostrich Stampede in World of Jumanji here at Chessington, and that was a decent little ride. It's very similar to what was once Mixtape, which used to operate Alton Towers. Its only difference being it's got 3 seats per gondola instead of 2 or 4, and the seats don't spin. It was pretty good. It wasn't that intense though. I think Mixtape was probably the more intense out of the 2. I mean, I know they're not the same, they're not exactly the same, but that's the best comparison I have. But yeah, it was a decent little ride, and now it's gone 3 o'clock, so we're going to experience Vile Villagers of Wildwoods, but the more intense version this time. So we'll see how that differs from when we went in earlier. So I'll take you through the more intense version of Vile Villagers.
Welcome to the village. Feeling brave?
Yep.
It was a simple question. This is the nice side of the village. I'm the nice person in the village, which is why I get this job. Reward you. The further you go up this path, the closer you get to the manor house. Now you're going to meet lots of very strange individuals indeed. I have a feeling you will fit in really well. The village is also home to a vampire. Have you eaten garlic today? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You're probably doomed. You're probably all doomed. Your best chance of not being the vampire's next meal is to keep moving fairly fast through the village. And as tempting as it is, no touching the inhabitants. But they won't touch any of you. Do we have any questions? Stay into the village and the very best of luck. I have a feeling some of you may need it. Here you go. And may the Lord have mercy upon your soul.
Yes, we are.
Careful.
You're excited.
Great scared, are ya?
Yeah, you got to go back.
Somebody knows. Come on, where is he? Liars are just as bad as vampires. How about you? You want to lie to me too? Where's the vampire? There. Are you sure? Smells like a lie.
No, no lie.
Come on. Liars and time wasters in the village. Go.
Go.
I'd like to bump them.
And eat them. No.
Oh dear. So we did a rerun through Vile Villages of Wildwood when I thought it was going to be like slightly more intense version of the experience after 3 o'clock. To be honest, it was pretty much the same sort of level of intensity as it was when we did it earlier, but it was still a good run through nonetheless. And I'm really glad Chessington's have this amazing scare zone. And after that, we just did a rerun of Mandrill Mayhem. This time on the backwards facing seats, which was actually insane. Like, it was such a very different experience than mine facing forward. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So that is it for our day here at Chessington World of Adventures. Tomorrow tomorrow's going to be very special because tomorrow we're going down to Fort Park for Fright Night. It's going to experience all 4 of their scare mazes and get our first ride on Hyperia, the UK's tallest, fastest and most weightless roller coaster. It's going to be absolutely crazy. So stay tuned for tomorrow's vlog at Fort Park. But I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it then please make sure to like and subscribe and comment. We'd like to see you in the next video. Goodbye.